What's up, everybody? Good morning. I just want to come on this morning and give you a little inspiration for the day. I know some of you don't have a way to download or don't know how to work the podcast. So what I'm going to do is just give you a little snippet of it today, this morning, so you can watch it live rather than downloading an app or listening to it on iTunes or something like that. So give you just a little taste of it for those of you who have been missing it. So this morning, we're going to go through a podcast I did a few weeks ago that's called The Trouble with Transitioning. You know, we talked about how to identify a season that we're in and how to navigate through the transition, but today we're going to talk about the topic of the trouble with transitioning. You know, for this subject, this is very big for some of us. We get into a season and we don't really know how to navigate, we feel stuck and things like that. So today we're going to talk about how to navigate and transition from one season to another. And one thing's for sure, that we all go through some sort of season, and sometimes, you know, we can just get stuck and it's difficult because we don't know what our next step is. It could be a stay-at-home mom. Her kids are starting school this year and she's got all this extra free time on her hands, so she doesn't know what to do. It could be a divorcee, somebody who just recently got divorced and now they're having to start their whole life over. They've spent their entire life with somebody else and they don't know what to do and how to really start that process. So there's a lot of examples that we could give for this, but I'm just going to help give you a couple little tools to help you navigate if you can identify yourself in one of these seasons. In Isaiah 43:18 through 19, it says, "Remember not the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it spring forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and the rivers in the desert." You know, so you might be asking yourself, like, what does that even mean? So I like to paraphrase and say that God doesn't cause you pain without birthing something new. And how powerful is that? So if you're in a season where you're just struggling and you're going through pain and things like that, just know that this could be a season that you're birthing something new. So be excited about it and just grow through it. So no matter what you're transforming from, like I said before, sometimes it can just be difficult, you know. So today, like I said, I'm going to give you a couple of tips to help you navigate through that. So change is never comfortable. We like to stay right where we are. We don't like to be grown or anything like that. You know, we don't like to get out of our comfort zone. But, you know, to be totally honest, if we're not growing, we're staying stagnant and, you know, we're just going to live the same old life that we're used to. So number one, the step is to congratulate yourself. You know, instead of beating yourself up about past mistakes or decisions that you've made, congratulate yourself about the situation. Choose joy in everything that you do. You know, some things that has happened to us, we don't choose, we had no control over it, but we find ourselves, you know, just beating ourselves up over it and things like that. So, you know, from, like I said, the stay-at-home mom whose kid's going to school this year, you can rediscover yourself again. Think about the things that you used to do before you had kids and you put on hold and get excited about those things again. And most of all, look, ladies, I know y'all can feel me. You can go to the bathroom without the little hands underneath the door saying, "Hey, what are you doing in there?" So try to look at it from a positive side and, you know, so in going through this stage and start getting excited about it. Number two, take your time. It's not a marathon or a sprint. You know, a journey takes 1,000 steps, but it begins with the first one. So things for sure, it's not going to happen overnight, so it's going to be a process. And I think that's the time when we all get lost is through the process. Everybody wants to live in a microwave society. Nobody wants to go through the process, and so it makes it very difficult. So it's just like a seed. If you drop it in the ground, you're not going to see that seed sprout immediately into a flower or whatever you're growing. But if you keep tooling the soil, weeding the weeds, and just watering it daily, in a few weeks it's going to start to bud and you're going to be like, wow, all that work actually paid off, and you'll start to get excited about it. Sometimes we get lost when we can't see the thing that we're watering or we're growing, and I'm guilty of it myself. You know, sometimes I can get so discouraged because, you know, in that season you're feeling like I'm turning my wheels and I'm working but nothing's happening, but really it's happening underground. So, and that's the most important stage, when those roots are starting to form into the ground. So don't get discouraged in the process. Number three, enjoy the process. I know this is a little bit hard to do because, like I said, that season when you're not seeing anything happen, and you're just grinding it out, it's hard to enjoy the process. But too often we become fixated on the goal, and we become frustrated, and just it's a lack of progress. This is most of the time we throw in the towel and quit, and it's all about our perspective during the transition. We got to embrace the change, and we have to find the things that we enjoy in it, and just keep going through it and keep pressing. So every day is not going to be unicorns and rainbows, trust me, but you have to find that silver lining. So number 4, forgive yourself. So like I said, you're new to this, you're going to make mistakes. That's a given, but that's okay. And just feel your way through it. Sometimes we're clueless and we don't know how to do it, and we don't know anybody who's doing what we're doing, so we just kind of have to feel our way through it. So don't feel so bad if you do make a mistake or you feel like you failed. Just pick that thing up, retweak it, and start over again. One thing that we do is we start listening to the enemy and the voices in our head when it's not coming out like we want to, and we start to doubt ourselves and things like that. So the sooner you embrace the change, the sooner you can adjust to your new life and get to moving. So number 5, seek support of your peers. We all need somebody to talk to, so find somebody who's been through what you've been through. And if you don't know anybody who's been through that, then just find a best friend or somebody that you can talk to, just to vent and get those things out. Because one thing's for sure, if you keep things to yourself all the time, eventually you're going to explode. And so don't be afraid to reach out to somebody and just ask them for help. I know we live in a world where everybody thinks, hey, I can't give you my advice unless you pay for it and things like that. But believe it or not, there's still some people out there who's willing to help you. And, you have to look at it from a perspective that I'm turning my mess into a message. And I didn't go through these things, whatever it may be, to get paid off of it. I'm going through it to, be an impact and help somebody else. So those were my 5 tips, guys, to help you to transition if you're in a transition season. And again, like I said, this is just a little tidbit of some of my podcasts that I have out there. So if you enjoyed that, y'all go to iTunes on podcasts and just search for my name, and you can look for it. The name of the podcast is Fierce, Favored, and Spiritually Grounded. It's on Spotify as well. So those are the 2 major ones that's out there. So it doesn't matter if you have an iPhone or an Android, you can get those. Or also on Facebook, when I post it out there on my Life Coach Tanya Williams page, you can just click on the link. So thank you guys so much for just rocking with me and just always, showing me mad love. I really appreciate that, guys. So I just encourage you today to go out and be the best version of yourself. And it's okay if today's not a great day. Every day is not going to be a great day. So just adjust your crown and keep moving. Y'all have a great day.